So let me know when I should start.
Yeah, you can start now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you and good morning, everybody. My name is Tala. I'm the manager for academic partnerships with EC Council. And I'm grateful to Charusat, our academic partner, to invite me to this session to have a dialogue about what we are doing together and possibly answer any questions that you may have. So EC Council is a global player in the cybersecurity space, and I manage the Middle East, India, and Africa region for cybersecurity education. And I'm the academic manager. I personally come with about 15 years of IT consulting and technical sales expertise. And I'm hoping in this session, I'll be able to aspire you to take up cybersecurity as a career path for yourself. With that, let me start ahead with my session. So a quick introduction about EC Council. We are a global firm with more than 140 plus locations that we do business, and we are headquartered in Albuquerque, New Mexico, with offices in India, Singapore, Malaysia, and UK. And we operate mostly through our partner network. We are one of the largest in the world in terms of number of certified learners, 200,000 plus certified learners. And our ethical hacking program is globally renowned as one of the best ethical hacking programs to start your career in cybersecurity. So a little bit about EC Council. We are accredited and recognized globally. So if you go to our website and check for EC Council accreditations, some of the top players in the business recognize our programs. American National Standards Institute, we are accredited by them, the US Department of Defense, the CIA, the NSA, all of these respectable organizations and businesses work with us closely to train their engineers in cyber defense and cybersecurity to enable them to protect critical government infrastructure and digital assets. And they use our programs to get them hands-on skills that can enable them to take up challenging job roles in the market. And this website is available. This is publicly available information as on our website as well. So that's a little bit. Now, in terms of global cybersecurity demand, so as per Cyber Ventures, cybersecurity is a global job market space, and they estimate there's a shortage of about 3 to 5 million jobs in requirement in the coming years. So this is also validated by NASSCOM, which has released a statement last year stating that they in India we need at least 1 million cybersecurity engineers to take up challenging job roles. So that's the kind of opportunity that is available for us to consider cybersecurity as a career aspiration. So some of the recent news of cyber attacks is the oil field attack in the US. It was called the Colonial Pipeline White House, Colonial Pipeline attack, and then also the devastating solar winds breach that happened, and government agencies and even Microsoft was targeted in this. And this is basically an IT company, and these are some of the notable cyber attacks that have happened. And in Indian space, the news that has been happening in the last 2 days is the breach of the passenger data in Air India, where 4 to 5 million passengers data has been compromised. So if you go through the news, you will see constantly that cybersecurity is in the news, and there is a skill shortage, there is a requirement. And if you check CNN Business, the headlines today is millions of cybersecurity pros required globally, and salary whatever you want. People are willing to pay the salary that you want if you have those necessary skills and knowledge and abilities. And that's where EC Council and Charusat come into picture. So you can have a look at this website, and it's sorry, I think I might have clicked on. So you can always have a look at this in CNN edition. So how can EC Council and Charusat help? So we have partnered with Charusat, and in collaboration with them, we have launched a diploma program in cybersecurity. And this postgraduate diploma program in cybersecurity, we have worked closely with our partner to identify some of the top programs in the market that can enable you to get the necessary knowledge, skills, and abilities to take up these challenging job roles and address the requirement of the market. For example, some of the top programs we have considered in our curriculum is Network Defender. Okay, and this particular program maps to job roles like enterprise architect, security analyst, network security specialist. So if you're looking to build a career in network security domain, this is one of the top programs to consider, and even the US Department of Defense uses this program to train their engineers. And the next couple of programs are ethical hacking. Ethical hacking itself speaks for itself. Anytime you go onto our job platforms and search for CH, you will find thousands of jobs listed there, and it's one of the top programs out there for you to be able to hack systems and find vulnerabilities and basically create cyber defense against systems in the network. And then obviously the next popular one that we have considered is incident handler. What do you do when an actual incident happens? And this particular program, we teach how do we do the first responder and how do we take the necessary the steps to ensure that the network is protected, the data is secure. And incident handling is a course which teaches you what are the baby steps you need to take to protect, to secure the organization. And another area that we have considered is cyber forensics. For after the incident has happened, how do we find the root cause analysis? How did the hacker get into the network? What was the channel and how did he use it? And forensics talks about how the incident actually happened so as to prevent it in the future. So all of our programs have gone through nice framework mapping. So National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education is a body set up. It's a program by NIST, National Industrial Standards. So for those of you who don't know what NIST is, I would highly recommend you have a look at it. NIST is basically a governing body in the US that works in collaboration with the professionals and the academics to set the standards for education, and they have set a guidelines in terms of knowledge, skills and abilities that needs to be mapped to each program to enable the aspirant to take a particular job role. For example, this particular mapping gives you a complete overview of what the program teaches, and what kind of job roles, what are the knowledge, skills and abilities you will get in the program. And if you go to CH here, just give me a second, let me just show you CH. So if you go to CH, it will give you the course outline, and also it will give you the job role mapping in terms of knowledge, skills and abilities that you will get. So just give me a second. For example, some of the roles that you can consider after completing CH is research and development specialist, or perhaps you want to work as a cyber defense analyst or a security analyst. In the international space, it's called cyber defense analyst, but in the Indian landscape, it is also called as a security analyst. So these are some of the top jobs, and even we have given a skill statement in this particular document, which talks about what are the different skills, knowledge, and abilities that you will get with the relation coefficient. And this has been approved by NIST and mapped to nice framework using Bloom's taxonomy knowledge that can enable you to understand, okay, after completing ethical hacking, what all can I do? So this particular skills statement document can also be used to write an impressive resume that can help you stand out in the crowd. And that way, on completion of the program in collaboration with CHARUSAT, you are employable and you have the necessary resources to write a great resume and take up job roles in the market. So you can see I will be sharing this link with you so that you can have a quick look at it, and do not hesitate to contact our partner to have a more details about the programs. Just give me 1 second.
I think we want to be able to share it because we have given the temporary credentials, right?
Oh, okay. No problem.
Share it to me. I will share it to you later.
Yes, I'll just share it to you later after the session. All right. Thank you, Professor Patish. That's a little bit about nice framework. So now it's very important to understand who has designed the curriculum. Okay, you have an industry approved program, but is it relevant to what the industry requirement is? So if you check our EC Council Governance Board, it has top cybersecurity professionals and academicians from across the globe who act as an advisor to us in the course content, in the curriculum outline. For example, our ethical hacking board let's have a look at ethical hacking, for example. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. So the Global Advisory Board for Ethical Hacking has people from across the globe, Americas, Europe, APAC, and these are top cybersecurity consultants, and these are people from the industry who are at respectable positions, directors of cybersecurity, or senior directors, CISOs, and even academicians who help us in designing the key learning objectives and outcomes of the course, and do the course content evaluation so that you are up to date into the market as per the market requirement to enable you to take up job roles in the market. So that's a little bit about how our course content. Now, cybersecurity is not just about theory. It's also about practical hands-on learning. And that's where the EC Council certification is extremely valuable when you're doing the PGDC program. So when you're studying the PGDC program, you're not just studying theory aspect of cybersecurity. It's hands-on learning, practical hands-on learning. So we have a sandbox cyber lab that is available for the learners 24/7. It's completely cloud-based. You don't need to install any complex network. You don't need to install any complex hardware. Simply, you need to have access to a good internet connection with with a desktop or a laptop, and with a decent RAM of about 4 to 8 GB, and you will be able to access our cyber range, which is completely online, and you will be able to have practice on the latest cutting edge technologies and tools used in cybersecurity, enabling you to get those hands-on experience. Just for an example, our ethical hacking tool, which has more than 40 hours of theory, has about 30 plus hours of lab time. So that's the kind of blend we have for practical hands-on learning. And I'll also be walking you through a quick look at our labs exercises. So this is the course outline in case if somebody had questions. Okay, but what are we learning in network security? In network security, we are covering comprehensive 14 modules, right from network and network security and defense fundamentals up to network traffic monitoring analysis, wireless network defense, and also this is available on the guide. If anybody wants to have a look at it in detail, definitely you can have a look at it there as well. And knowledge on how to protect and respond to network attacks, network defense fundamentals, application of network security, it's all covered in C&D program. And this is being taught in our prestigious PGDC program with CHARUSAT that will enable you to take up job roles as a network security consultant. And ethical hacking is more towards system security, and it will teach you how basic concepts of ethical hacking, how to find vulnerabilities, what are some of the top OSAP top 10 attacks, and how to prevent them. And this is covered intensively in our ethical hacking program. So end of the program, you'll not just learn IoT hacking, cloud security, but also OSAP top 10, which is basic requirement of a cybersecurity engineer to enable them to secure a environment, a digital environment in the company or an institution that they are working for. Incident handling is another program that we talked about, and basically this will teach them key issues plaguing the, learn to combat different types of cyber threats. Actually, when the threat is happening, how do you counter that, and what are some of the steps required to prevent, minimum data loss to the organization. So forensics, it's a root cause analysis, and it talks about how to prevent the attack in the future. If you don't understand how it happened in the first place, then you cannot protect it in the future. And we teach cloud forensics, malware forensics, mobile forensics, and this is a niche field that is also employable in the government sector. People are looking for, especially in the police services, or the banking organizations. All such institutions are looking for forensics experts, telecom sector, and these are some of the areas where forensics experts. So you have multiple options available for you depending on what job role you want to take up in the market. When you do all these 3-4 certification programs, you're highly employable in the market. You can decide which area of specialization you want to go into, and a knowledge of all these different domains definitely gives you the cutting edge ahead of the competition to be employable in the market. So that's a little bit about EC Council. So I'll just quickly walk you through our labs platform and our books platform so that you understand. So this is our ebook. Okay, the ethical hacking ebook. So typically you will log in. The learner access is slightly different. So let me just show you our ethical hacking book. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is our ethical hacking version 11 ebook. So as you can see, it's very illustrative in nature. You can understand complex technical concepts with ease. There are screenshots of the tools, how it works, their descriptions, and even it is search index. For example, if I search for tools, I have got more than 2000 plus tools in ethical hacking alone. So that's the kind of exposure we are bringing for you in this program. For example, footprinting tools. If I click on footprinting tools here, you can see here there's a comprehensive list of tools available with screenshots and graphically illustrative in nature, screenshots that can enable you to understand complex technical concepts with ease. And even you can bookmark the pages and use this. So this ebook, this is available in ebook format when you join the program. Now let's just have a look at the labs platform. So I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have at the end of the session. Please do not hesitate to ask me any questions in case if you have any questions. Okay, so this is the labs platform. So once I log in, so I have a administrator access. For the learners, it will be a slightly different setup. You will be accessing your labs through your Aspen portal. Okay, now for example, let me just look at one lab here for ethical hacking. So I'll just search for ethical hacking. All right, so let's just look at our first lab, scanning networks. So once I click launch lab, so the learners will have a separate setup in their account where they just have to click on launch lab. They don't need to search all this. So you will have weekly lab assignments. You will have quiz banks available. You have learning material available, white papers, and also as a when you're engaged with the community, cybersecurity community, there's a wealth of resources available for you to connect and network with people. We have a wide network of CISOs available in EC Council platform. There is a blog platform access as well, where you can look at what are some of the other people doing in the industry, and that can help you create a environment of cyber awareness and foster knowledge that can enable you to take up a career in cybersecurity. So let's just give it a minute. So an interesting thing I wanted to share with the audience, in case if somebody was planning to look at overseas pastures, there is immigration opportunity as well, as if you're a certified cybersecurity consultant. For example, Australia and New Zealand are offering an immigration program for cybersecurity engineers, and which is listed as a skill shortage in their visa program. And they recognize EC Council programs as a standard for hiring, and this is one opportunity that you can explore. So you can global talent visa program, and you can search that out and you will find it on the Australian and New Zealand visa site, the site for immigration. All right, so this is how your lab typically looks like. It's platform agnostic. You have multiple platforms, right from Windows 10, Ubuntu Linux, Windows Windows Server. So you have multiple operating systems and platforms available for you, because when you actually land in a cyber job, you're not actually sure what kind of platform you'd be working on. Maybe it could be Linux, maybe it could be Windows Server, Windows 10. So you would get an exposure of all these operating systems to practice the tools and the techniques required to enable you to find the vulnerabilities in the organization so as to protect them. So there are virtual instructor. It's instructor led. It's a virtual instructor led lab. So in case if you missed anything, you can always look and read through the notes here. And there are step by step screenshots clearly identifying how to conduct the lab and what are the steps so that you can practice at the comfort and make yourself perfect in the cyber. So one important thing as a cyber engineers, always create an Excel sheet with a list of tools so that you can easily refer back to. The book is not going to be available for you forever. You need to have a handy book in place, where a handy Excel sheet in place where you make a note of all the tools, techniques, and what are they used for, so that you can always refer back when you're actually doing the consulting work, or perhaps you're working in an organization, to use all these tools to enable you to find the vulnerabilities in the system. So this is basically a host discovery exercise. So you simply click on Control Alt Delete and you will log in into the machine. Okay, and the step-by-step instructions are mentioned here as well. So the password is here. You can type it from here by clicking on this, or you can also use the lightning icon. So you don't need to worry, because our instructors are well trained, and the program that you are running with CHARUSAT, there we have experienced instructors. They will walk you through the complete exercises, walk you through the complete labs platform. Now it's the ownership is on you to practice this as much as you can, because the cybersecurity requires a lot of practice and a lot of techniques. So the more you practice, the better equipped you are to handle the challenges in the job. So let's just look at Wireshark. See, the tools are also pre-installed. You don't need to install any tools. Everything is set up in a plug and play format. You simply need, and it is exactly like a real-time field. Just give me a second. Right, it's exactly like a real-time environment feel, so that when you land in the job, there are no surprises. You'll be using the exact same tools. A similar kind of a network would be there, which would be connected to multiple systems, and you can see here how the traffic is moving here from the source to the destination. And this is the kind of environment that we have set up. Everything is a live environment, live IP addresses, live networks, live host, so that you can understand how the tools and techniques are used, so that it enables you to get the necessary hands-on skills to take up job roles in the market. So that's all for completely from my side. So I'd like to open it up for Q&A, please, in case anybody has any questions.
Yes, Neeraj sir, we have unmuted you. You can ask the question.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, it's a pleasure to talk to you virtually.
Yes, please. I'm able to hear. Yes, I'm able to hear you, Mr. Nirav. Pleasure meeting you as well, Mr. Nirav.
Myself, Professor, Senior Faculty in Government Engineering College, Jammu. Sir, just my submission regarding to you is just elaborate email forensic. Have you any basic idea about email forensic?
Yeah, absolutely. We are covering it comprehensively in CHFI program. So let me just check. So because I have to search the topic. So let me just give me a minute while I figure out email forensics. Right, this is the area you're looking for.
And what's your viewpoint? Just take it. I think you have a mighty experience, as you are mentioning about yourself. Just what's your viewpoint regarding email forensic? What are the
so you may have misunderstood. I'm mostly a consultant and an advisor for the programs. I'm not a technical expert in the subject. So I understand how email forensics works. So I won't be able to comment on that comprehensively.
Okay. It's all right, sir. Thank you very much.
Sir, this is another session that is runtime arranged, right? So if you have any query regarding this program and so on, you can ask. Talha, Mr. Talha, you can go to the PGDCS website.
Yes, please. Just give me one second.
Yeah. And if you have any query, can you please click on the inquiry?
Inquiry contact. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, here if you are interested to join, you can apply now and submit your query. Submit your details. Will be contacting you very soon regarding the same. Yeah, you can close this particular website and other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can share your name as well as contact number slide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So in case if anybody has any questions, they can always write to me and reach me personally as well. I'd be happy to connect with you and Charusat to enable you to take up this exciting program. We are giving you a lot of certification, industry-oriented programs that are recognized across the globe. And this is an excellent opportunity for you to build your career. And cybersecurity is hugely in demand in India and overseas. And this is the right time to make that decision to take up cybersecurity seriously. So, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, extremely thanks for your time, and I was excited to meet you, and I look forward to working with you closely in this program to enable you to take up cyber job roles.
Yes. Thank you very much, Talha, for your prompt response to join this particular session at runtime. Yeah, Madhu sir, would you like to say something?
So thank you very much, Talha.
Thank you, Madhav sir. All right. So, Professor Patish, can I disconnect?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.